The Amex Gold has long been considered the workhorse card for spending on food and dining, earning some pretty strong rewards rates in both the restaurant and supermarket categories. The earnings rates on those categories are so good that in credit card communities, the long-running joke is that if you eat food, you have to have the Amex Gold in your wallet. However, with all the recent changes in credit cards and the 2024 updates being rolled out by companies, it's worth reconsidering whether the Amex Gold still ranks number one in value for food and grocery spending. In today's video, I'm going to find that out and tell you exactly which credit card now reigns supreme. My whole mission when creating this video is to see if Amex Gold is still the king of food and dining. This is such an important category for most people to maximize their spending in because it is generally recognized that food and dining is the third highest expense that a typical person has, behind rent or a mortgage as number one, and transportation related costs coming in at number two. This becomes even a bigger deal if you're supporting not just yourself, but another person, or even potentially a family of people, because food and grocery spending is just a multiplier based on how many people you're supporting on one credit card. The decision to pick the right card in these situations can end up earning you hundreds, if not thousands of rewards dollars passively every single year just by maximizing your spend on the right credit card. Now that being said, there are 3 rules I put into place when looking at competitors and seeing how they stack up. The first rule is no card duos. Some people like to just carry around one credit card and simplify the process. Also, it wouldn't be fair to look at how 2 cards stack up against the one Amex Gold, so if there is a good duo pairing, I'll mention it on the list, but I'm not going to compare them specifically to the Amex Gold. Number 2, I am going to include annual fees. This one is pretty self-explanatory. If an annual fee is there, it means you're earning less overall at the end of the year, so that has to be considered when spending on a card. And rule 3, I'm actually going to try to project how much money each card can make you in a year. Now, how am I going to do that? Everybody spends different amounts and some people have different family sizes. Well, the best that we can do, just to put a number out there, is use the Bureau of Labor Statistics and what they say one person spends a year on food and dining. This number is broken down to about $8,280 a year, and that's the number I'm going to use. That accounts for $5,259 in grocery spending and $3,030 in eating out. All right, let's start with the reigning champ, the American Express Gold. The sign-up bonus on this card is typically 60,000 Amex membership rewards points, but I'm seeing out there right now around $75,000 in certain places. You can always use the links down in the description of this video to support the channel and see the most recent bonus offers. However, search around for the best bonus out there for you. I've calculated using the Bureau of Labor Statistics facts that the Amex Gold will make you $331 just in the first year based on the food and dining categories alone. Now that's a decent return back, but I really look at the Amex Gold and see the value in 2 areas. The first area is if you're feeding a bigger family. This is where the Amex Gold really starts to shine because it has an incredible $25,000 cap in grocery spend before you stop earning that 4x multiplier back in that category. Most cards don't even get close to $25,000 on their elevated multipliers, so the Amex Gold is catering to families who spend thousands and thousands of dollars a year at the grocery store. The second area I look at is the use of these credits. Amex Gold offers 2 pretty hefty credits, $120 in Uber and Uber Eats, and an $120 dining credit that offers a few different merchants you can go to get free food within the credit limits. These credits are broken into $10 a month chunks, essentially meaning that if you use the dining credit and use the Uber credit for Uber Eats, you can basically get 2 free or heavily reduced cost meals every single month. Now, if those services are options for you, you should automatically be considering the Amex Gold. However, a pro tip when utilizing these services is to always select the pick up yourself method, whether through Uber Eats or for the dining credit, because you will save so much money picking these orders up yourself rather than paying for a delivery fee, which can wash away the credit pretty quickly. Now, one more note to consider with these credits that not a lot of people talk about. Editor Rob has been testing the Amex Gold and comparing the Uber Eats costs to just ordering straight from the restaurant itself. Uber Eats almost every time charges a couple dollars higher for going through their service than just ordering through the restaurant. That means this credit still has value, but it doesn't have quite as much value as it would appear on the surface. Just one thing to keep in mind as you set your expectations for this card. Okay, let's look at competitor number 1, which is the most flexible card on this list that can be used as a food and dining card, but also just an awesome catch-all card for someone who wants only one card and doesn't want to have to worry about keeping track of specific categories to still get really good value. That card is the Chase Freedom Unlimited. Now, the Chase Freedom Unlimited usually has a $200 cash sign-up bonus, but for a limited time, and I don't know how long this will last, they're doing a unique bonus where they'll double the percent that you earn in every single rewards category for the first year. That means instead of getting 5% on Chase Travel, you'll get 10% cash back. Instead of 3% cash back on dining, you'll get 6% cash back. Instead of 3% cash back at drugstores, you'll get 6% back there as well. And instead of 1.5% on everything else, for the first year, you'll get 3% cash back overall. Now, for most people, taking advantage of this sign-up bonus is going to be way more profitable than the typical introductory offer that the Chase Freedom Unlimited had. That being said, $200 is not bad if you're watching this at a time when they pull that offer off the table. Using these enhanced sign-up bonuses for eating out and grocery spend on the card, I've calculated an estimated $340 cash back in that first year. Now, where this card shines is the $0 unlimited fee, and it's good for people who want a great dining card but also don't want to have to rotate more than one card to get maximum value, because earning 1.5% with Chase is a really good cashback rate anyways, so you can use this one $0 card for every single purchase and feel like you're getting a really good value. No matter whether you get the elevated rewards in the limited time promotion with Chase or not, your rewards points that you earn through Chase have a lot of flexibility and they have the potential to be worth much more. The reason is that Chase will give you ultimate rewards points, which are equal to the values listed in their promotion in terms of cash back, but they can also be spent on things like travel, gift cards, or statement credits. With Chase points, this flexibility also comes into play that if you get this card and then pair it with the Sapphire Preferred or the Sapphire Reserve, you have the chance to earn 25% more back with the Preferred and 50% more value with your points with the Reserve when spending them on travel in the Ultimate Rewards portal. Now, that is for another day, but the key thing to know is that this card not only excels in dining, but it's also a great card for other categories, and you can earn on it, and if you want to pair it with another card in the future, you can multiply the value of the rewards points you've earned, or hey, you can just take cash back and be good with it there. Competitor number 2 on this list is the American Express Blue Cash Preferred. And this is the card for people who don't want to worry about their rewards rates changing, want a card that gets industry-leading rewards in grocery store spending, and also has good flexibility on how you can redeem those points. With a sign-up bonus of $250, a $0 annual fee in the first year, then elevated to a $95 fee in the second year and years beyond, the American Express Blue Cash Preferred has a pretty generous rewards program. You'll earn 6% cash back at US supermarkets up to $6,000 in spending, 6% cash back on streaming subscriptions, 3% cash back on gas stations and other transit costs, and also 1% cash back on everything else. Now, maxing out your $6,000 in spend on groceries, you can expect to earn $360 cash back just from that category in spending per year. In my opinion, this is the single best card for someone supporting themselves and who won't naturally spend past that $6,000 at the grocery store cap that this card provides. The reason being is I was the test case for this card. When I was just supporting myself, I would spend right under that $6,000 amount in groceries per year, and earning a 6% back on every single dollar at the supermarket is a rewards rate that you really can't find anywhere else. And that rate will stick with you through the lifetime of this card. Not only does it have the advantage on the Freedom Unlimited because its rewards rates won't change after a year, it also beats out the Gold in terms of how much you can earn when you're spending less than $6,000 at the grocery store. Its other categories are really practical as well. Almost everybody uses streaming services, and 3% back at the gas station is a really valuable rewards rate for most people. If you're an American Express fan and you don't want the $250 Gold annual fee, and you can't really make use of the credits to make that worth it, the Blue Cash Preferred is absolutely the card to go with. Competitor number 3 is the cult favorite for the best grocery card out there, and that is the Citi Custom Cash. The Citi Custom Cash offers a sign-up bonus of $200 after you spend $1,500 in the first 6 months. It comes with a $0 annual fee. The Custom Cash earns 5% back in your highest spend category, up to $500 a month, and 1% back on everything else. The projected earnings back on this card in either the food or the dining category are going to be $300 a year. And that's assuming you're maximizing that $500 back that you can get at 5% cash back. Now, first of all, there's 2 things to be aware of with Custom Cash. Citi splits up the dining and the supermarket categories into 2 separate categories when breaking down your purchases. So you're going to want to target and use this card specifically in whichever of those 2 categories you happen to spend the most money. Second, even though this is termed as a cashback card, your points will come to you in the form of thank you points, which can be redeemed for travel, gift cards, and of course, cash back. This card is such a favorite for most people because it is meant to slide in as a weapon in your wallet to get an exorbitant rewards rate back for a $0 annual fee. If you can earn 5% on your grocery spending or simply use this for dining and eating out while you're pairing this with another card, you can earn an average rewards rate that really starts to climb. Citi will automatically look at your spending for every single month, give you 5% back in your highest category, and then assign 1% to everything else. This is not a good card to use if you're spreading a lot of purchases around, as you'll earn a lot of dollars back at just that 1% level. However, if you stick to your guns and use this in only a dining or a food category, you're going to end up in a really good spot for maximizing your spend and getting a ton of value. Wrapping things up for you, I have just a few final thoughts. As you can see, each card earns you different projected rewards rates, but that is just a fun simulation based on the hypothetical spending of one average person in the United States. Your situation is going to be different. I would encourage you to take this video in and focus on who each card is best for, and then use that as your powerful weapon to maximize the amount of value you can get. Generally speaking though, if you're spending for a family and can use the credits, the AmEx Gold is going to be the absolute best food and dining card for you. If you want a good catch-all card with a $0 annual fee, I think you have to go for the Chase Freedom Unlimited, and the limited time offer that's available right now is simply unbeatable. If you're just getting this card for yourself, you're probably spending under $6,000 a year at the grocery store, you don't mind paying an annual fee and getting some other benefits in the background, the Amex Blue Cash Preferred is absolutely the card for you. And finally, if you're willing to get a little more advanced with your card setup, get the Citi Custom Cash, focus your spending in one category there, and then place your other expenses on a card that earns you a better rewards rate. All in all, I hope you were inspired or found another card that can help improve your setup here. Thanks for watching, and check out these 2 videos for detailed reviews on some of my favorite credit cards.